Is Warren Buffett a good CEO? Today on GrowthShares, we're going to grade Warren Buffett's performance as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. The CEO makes all the big decisions for a company, and that plays a big role in whether you should invest in that company for the long run. We're going to examine three big factors: earnings growth, stock growth versus the S&P 500, and stock growth versus the nearest competitor while CEO. Each of these factors will be given a number and a grade from 0 to 99 and F to an A. And then we'll combine these three factors to get the overall picture of Warren Buffett as a CEO. I encourage you to pause this video at any time. Warren Buffett became CEO of Berkshire Hathaway in 1965 after buying up enough shares to take control. We're first going to look at earnings growth during Buffett's 58-year tenure. One realistic measure of a CEO's success is how well the company grew its earnings during his time as CEO. When Buffett took over as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, it had earnings of $2.24 per share. Today, earnings are at $5,210 per share. That's a 14.29% compounded annual growth rate. Earnings growth of 3% is average, and anything at 8% or higher is good. The higher, the better. Looking at our grading criteria, Warren Buffett gets an A at 99. Next, we're going to look at stock growth versus the S&P 500 during Warren Buffett's tenure. Stock growth is more investor expectations than the fundamentals of the company, but it's still important if you're investing. You still want to return better than a benchmark like the S&P 500. Since Warren Buffett took over as CEO, Berkshire Hathaway has had a compounded annual growth of 19.76%. Compare that with the S&P 500 during the same period of 7.04% annual gain. That's a 12.72% point difference in favor of Buffett. The difference of 0 percentage points is average, and a difference of plus 5 percentage points or better is good. Looking at our grading criteria, Warren Buffett gets an A at 99. Third, we're going to look at stock growth versus the nearest competitor during Buffett's tenure. The nearest competitor is a company closest in market cap within the same industry. Berkshire Hathaway's nearest competitor today is AIG, and since I can only find the earliest price in 1973, we'll compare that time frame. Berkshire Hathaway has had a stock growth of 19.19% compounded annually, while AIG grew 1.71%, a difference of 17.48 percentage points in favor of Buffett. The difference of 0 percentage points is average, and a difference of plus 5 percentage points or better is good. Looking at our grading criteria, Warren Buffett gets an A at 99. Before we get to our overall grade, consider becoming a GrowthShares Patreon member. You'll get access to every grade from every company I've analyzed. It's updated all the time. Go to patreon.com/GrowthShares or click on the link in the description. I place 40% on earnings growth as opposed to stock growth because earnings are a more meaningful measurement. 30% on stock growth versus its nearest competition because that's who a CEO is competing against ultimately. And also 30% on stock growth versus the S&P 500 because if there's a better alternative such as an index ETF, you should go with that. Overall, I give Warren Buffett's tenure as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway an A with an overall grade of 99. Buffett's tenure has been nothing but extraordinary. He managed to grow Berkshire's earnings and stock over a sustained period of time that may never be matched in corporate America. But of course, there's a lot more than investing based on the CEO. There's plenty stock analysis videos in my channel. Which CEO should I evaluate next? Comment below. Invest wisely, and as always, take care of your money.